If you're a professional filmmaker, then you likely know the benefits of shooting Apple Log, and you probably use it all the time. If you're not a professional filmmaker, you're just someone who shoots a lot of video, you should still know the benefits of shooting Apple Log, and you should actually be using it pretty much all the time. So yeah, spoiler alert, I think you should be using Apple Log for everything. Now you've got to have an iPhone 15 or 16 Pro to shoot Apple Log, and when you do, not only do you get better dynamic range, which is super important, but the sharpening is turned off or way down, maybe equally as important, especially on an iPhone. And also importantly, dynamic tone mapping is turned off. Now if you don't know what dynamic tone mapping is, I've got some other videos on my channel you can watch. But basically what it does is auto expose, in quotes, sections of an image, parts of an image, not the whole image, even when your settings are locked. So it's not great for video work, and it could actually ruin your footage, and I've had it happen to me a lot. But now shooting Apple Log fixes all that. You get a much more pleasing image like you might with a traditional camera. And then with the added benefit of better dynamic range, and of course more flexibility for color grading. Now I know not everyone wants to do color grading, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So now we know why to use Apple Log, but what about when? Well, like I mentioned at the beginning, I think you should use it all the time, with one big caveat. Don't use the native camera app, and don't shoot ProRes HQ video. Why? Because the native camera app only shoots Apple Log and ProRes HQ, and those files are gigantic. For more everyday video, use a third-party app like Blackmagic or Kino where you can shoot Apple Log in HEVC. That way, obviously, now you don't have to use ProRes, the huge files, and so you can shoot Apple Log in everyday shooting situations. And it still gives you all the benefits of Apple Log without the huge ProRes files. That way you don't have to transfer those or fill up your drives. Again, with those gigantic files. Now, while HEVC is not the same quality as the ProRes codec, for most stuff it's more than fine, meaning you can still color grade in post-production no problem. But what if you don't want to color grade? What if you're doing social media and you don't have time, or you just, again, don't really want to? Easy, you can apply a LUT to the Apple Log footage in camera, and what that means is it then has a baked-in look. Then it just acts like any other video you normally shoot with your iPhone. Except here, and it's a big one, you get all the benefits of Apple Log because you're actually shooting Apple Log. You just won't see the log part since you're baking in a LUT. So no dynamic tone mapping to worry about, and no over sharpening. And getting rid of that stuff really does make a big difference. That's why I think you should shoot Apple Log for everything. There's really no reason I can think of not to do it. The end result is just so much better looking than normal iPhone video. This one thing alone will greatly improve the look and feel of your footage. And if you add an ND filter to that when shooting outside, your iPhone video will really begin to rival pretty much anything shot with a traditional camera. So shooting Apple Log is not just for filmmakers, it's for anyone who wants to make their video look that much better. And, dare I say, that much more professional.